Alex, let us be the first to wish you all a happy Thanksgiving. Can we get some turkey in addition to this bread this week?
I think we can get some turkey. I think we can get some stuffing. I think this is going to be a carb-heavy week because I feel good about the process. I was 3-2 last week after 4-1 the week before. That has me at 28, 31-1 on the season. You know what that means. That means we are a beat below 500. That means a good week this week puts us right on the verge of the profit zone in the closing weeks of the season. So I guess you and I are kind of in a dead heat because we're both kind of in that same neck of the woods this year.
Indeed, 1-4 last week, 30-33 on the year, 47.6% against the number. We have it well and truly all to do, as they say, across the pond. And let us begin. Let's begin with the Thursday night Thanksgiving game. Ravens and Steelers, your Steelers. You have 2 picks in it. I have 1.
I do. I have the Steelers -3 in this game. I also have the over at 45 points in this game. So honestly, what happened here, I mean, and look, Richard, we believe in transparency with our audience, is on Monday, word started to come out that the Ravens had some COVID issues. And obviously we hope that everyone is okay and that this is just contact tracing, that people don't actually have this virus. But, got to evaluate the teams. The NFL insists on playing these games anyway. I quickly grabbed Steelers -3. After that game came off the board for a bit, the total came out a little lower at 45. It had been at like 47.5. I hit that because I am a believer that the Steelers can move the ball. The offense has played really well. But B, and this actually relates to the Ravens' COVID issues, 2 of their top 2 running backs, Mark Ingram and J.K. Dobbins, are on the COVID list. It's unclear if they're going to play in this game. If they do not, how many times is Baltimore going to just hand the ball off to Gus Edwards and have Lamar Jackson on designed runs? I don't think you really want Lamar Jackson to get hit all night by this defense, given the year that he is having and that their team is having. I think it results in the Ravens throwing the ball a little bit more, which, whether that's completed, intercepted, incomplete, tends to be pretty good for the over. So I feel good about that. We are sort of aligned on this game, though.
Yeah, I got it after it was put back up on the board. I got it. I got Steelers as a 4.5 point favorite at that number. You're a Steelers fan. You get it. The Steelers defense is nasty. Absolutely nails. I love the way they play. They have 5 guys who can just win one-on-one matchups up front, and they just turn those guys loose. You know about TJ Watt, but the other guys are incredible too, particularly at Alex. I know you know the guy's name. It escapes me right now. Guy who came in for Bud Dupree after Bud Dupree had out
Bucks
for the whole season.
Highsmith of the Charlotte 49ers. Yeah, the Steelers just grow outside linebackers on trees. It's a thing that they have done well for a very long time.
Yeah, and it's really impressive. So part of the Ravens' problem this year is they're just not blocking as effectively as they did last year, and they are struggling for answers in the running game. Combine that with the fact that they're going to have a couple running backs out. I don't know. The Steelers are firing on all cylinders. I think the Steelers will pick up a loss at some point this season, but I don't think it's going to be this Thursday night game. They just had effectively a week off against my Jags.
I don't think it's going to be that either. I also think it's really hurt the Ravens that Ronnie Stanley, their excellent left tackle, Notre Dame man, is out for the year, has missed since he was hurt in that last Steelers game. It might just be a tough year for the Ravens. We will see. We are also aligned on Raiders-Falcons in Atlanta this week on the Raiders -3. Now, I'm going to ask you why you are on Vegas -3 in this game. But for me, have you noticed that the last 3 weeks, Derek Carr has been full stop one of the best quarterbacks in the NFL? And I am just as shocked as you, our dear audience member, are hearing me say that. But his last 3 weeks, his average throw has traveled 8.3 yards in the air to his target. That is one of the highest marks in the NFL. Means he's attempting fairly difficult passes, and he's completing about 9% more of those throws than you would expect based on where the targets are and what the coverage are. Translation, he's been awesome. And by those same metrics, Matt Ryan has been really, really bad. I think that he is clearly hitting the downswing of his career. And given that these defenses are fairly similar, I'm just going to go with the much more efficient passing game right now and take Vegas.
Yeah, I've been impressed with the Raiders. I was impressed with the Raiders Sunday night. The knock on Derek Carr was that he was a check down Charlie, and then obviously, like you said, he's been pushing the ball down the field. The offense is really clicking. I think Derek Carr has a really good rapport with John Gruden, and it's in the right direction. The Falcons just are not a good football team, and we know that. They are trying, and they're fighting this season through. But I don't know. Julio was banged up Sunday, barely played against the Saints. They couldn't really score against them. So I don't know. I'm going to take the Raiders here, -3. It's a good number. It's a good number.
Fair enough. We are in conflict on one game this week. That would be the Chiefs, the defending Super Bowl champs, visiting Touchdown Tom and the Tampa Bay Bucks. I'm on the Bucks. Just before we started recording this, I took them at +3.5. With decent juice as well at +100. Have you noticed, Richard, how bad the Chiefs have been defending the pass the last couple of weeks? They've struggled a lot. I mean, we just mentioned Derek Carr's success against them. Teddy Bridgewater had a great game against them. They played fine against whoever the Broncos and Jets were throwing out at quarterback. I don't even remember, but I think Joe Flacco was one of them a few weeks back. But they, against middling to above average quarterbacks like Carr and Bridgewater, have really gotten gashed through the air over the last couple of weeks. And unfortunately, you are playing a pretty good quarterback in Brady this week. So I just think that especially with more than a field goal of cushion, and we have different numbers on this, I feel good about the Bucs' ability to move the ball and lose this game by perhaps just a field goal. You are on the Chiefs -3.
Yeah, if this was any higher, I would not have taken it. But I saw the 3 and took the 3. Sure. I think there cannot be any more adjectives about how good Patrick Mahomes is. I really like the Chiefs. It is the Chiefs, and then it is everybody else in the AFC as presently constituted. The Bucs, at some point in time, we have to sit here and say it might not click, and the Bucs may just be good and not great. And that's okay, but it just means the Bucs are not a Super Bowl team. And maybe the Bucs gel,
Sure.
and maybe this is the week the Bucs gel against the best team in the NFL, and I'll just be insanely wrong. But the Bucs, particularly on offense, it has not looked good, and it has not looked. It's more than being bad. They look wrong. They look not right. They look off. Mm-hmm. They look off kilter. I don't know however you want to say it. Something is not working where all 11 people are not on the same page. Absolutely. And that worries me quite strongly against a team that they may have to go shot for shot with.
No, it's a big issue.
And the Bucs against good teams, it just hasn't been there. It hasn't been there against the Saints twice. It hasn't been there against the Rams last night. It hasn't been there against the meat of the schedule. They can beat up on bad teams, but the teams that we would say are their peers, they have not had good showings against them.
No, they haven't. It's been bad. I think it's good that we both have the good side of this number for what we are picking. So as usual, you're going to have to take a push at -3 so that I can cover +3.5, and nobody gets hurt. Washington at the Cowboys this week. I have the over in this game at 46.5. Now, we are recording this video, and we hope you watch it all week, just for full disclosure. We are recording this video on Tuesday. As we're recording it, there seems to be a developing situation in Dallas with perhaps a staff member reportedly and some kind of emergency situation going on there that has interrupted preparation for that game. Hope everyone's okay. We're going to have to monitor that. On football terms, strictly speaking, I like Washington and Dallas in this game to both score a bit. The Cowboys passing game kind of rounding into form the last couple of weeks. Is it Andy Dalton season? I don't know. I'm just putting it out there. I'm just asking rhetorically, is Andy Dalton back? Two teams in the top half of the league in pace, including Dallas, probably the fastest team in the league in terms of how many seconds elapse between their average play when they're on offense. And Alex Smith, Richard, 2020, he's out here. He's playing at a league average level. I think that, we have it in our head that Alex Smith is I mean, how's he even playing football right now? I certainly have that in my head, but he has thrown the ball pretty well the last couple of weeks. That offense looks to have at least a bit of a plan. And this game is in Texas in that climate controlled environment. So let's bet on Andy Dalton and Alex Smith to move the ball and score 47 points in this game. Can't believe I just said that out loud, but here
Good
we
luck
are.
with that, baby. Washington's defense, particularly the front, one of the best in the NFL. But Terry McLaurin, legitimately one of the best receivers in the league. I didn't take it, but hey, live your truth, buddy, on Thanksgiving. Seahawks and Eagles, Monday night game. Seahawks -5. It'll be higher than 5. The Eagles suck. The Eagles really, really suck. Seahawks defense is rounding into form. If this gets anywhere near a track meet, there is no way Carson Wentz can keep up. There's just no way. He looks lost. He looks shook. He looks bad.
I have no idea what happened there. Someone should write
Neither do I,
science,
to be
do
fair.
a science project on what happened to Carson Wentz.
Neither do I.
Panthers and Vikings for me, my last of the week. And then Richard, I'm turning it over to you for rapid fire volume shooting because you have a lot of picks this week. But Panthers and Vikings, I have the Panthers +4.5 in this game. I'd actually planned, Richard, to take the Vikings in this game. When I started looking at it, I was pretty committed to a Vikings -4.5 pick because they have done a few things well lately. Kirk Cousins has had some very good games in the last few weeks. He has made a lot of difficult throws. Or maybe another way to put that is he's gotten receivers to make a lot of difficult catches. But when you interrogate a lot of the things that they've done well the last few weeks, I think it starts to look worse for this week. Adam Thielen is on the COVID list. That hurts because the real strength of that offense is that they have 2 all-world receivers. I cannot believe Justin Jefferson is this good this soon, even though you and I both saw him at LSU. He's going to have to carry a lot on his own this week. And another thing is that this pass defense has been great lately. I mean, they have really done a good job clamping down, but they've done it against bad quarterbacks. I mean, they did this against Nick Foles. I know I just mentioned that Andy Dalton is a little better than we thought, but he's still Andy Dalton in 2020. They struggled much more, for instance, against Aaron Rodgers. They are playing an ascendant quarterback in Teddy Bridgewater, who has been really, really good for some time now. I think that the Vikings are in for a rude awakening, and I'm going to take the Panthers +4.5.
All right. You're taking the Panthers, rolling with Rule, eh?
Let's do it. Let's roll with Rule, baby.
Okay, I'm going to take us home here. Any well-adjusted better after a few bad weeks. I just absolutely doubled down on the NFL, so Here goes. Browns and Jaguars under 49. If Jay Luton starts this game, the Jaguars score 1 offensive touchdown if they're lucky. Gardner Minshew might start this game. He may be healthy enough to start this game. If he does, I still don't think the Jags are going to score a ton of points. Jags defense surprisingly gamed the last few weeks. Steelers, a different issue. I don't think the Browns are going to test them in the way the Steelers would try to test them over the top. I think the Browns will win this game comfortably, but the Jaguars won't score a lot, and the Browns won't score a lot either, under 49. Giants -5 against the Bengals. Ryan Finley's starting for the Bengals. Next. Titans and Colts. Titans +3.5. I do not think the Titans are as bad comparatively to the Colts as they showed in the Thursday night game a few weeks ago. I think A.J. Brown doesn't drop that pass going down the left sideline. It's a very different game. I think the Titans, legitimately, I have to put respect on the Titans' name. I mean, they are a good NFL football team. I don't know if they're great. I don't think they're great, but I do think they are bona fide good. They are here for this. They are built for this. They showed it on Sunday against the Ravens. Titans +3.5. And that, if that was 3 or lower than 3, probably wouldn't take it. But 3.5 against these teams that I think are very evenly matched. That's what I like to see. Chargers and Bills. This is my wild pick of the week. Chargers on the money line +210.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was a fever dream. It was a fit of passion, and I took the Chargers on the money line. Don't feel great about it, but it's 2020. Life is short. Cardinals and Patriots. Cardinals -2.5. The Patriots are not good on defense. You can call it bend, don't break. You call it what you want. They're not good on defense.
They wouldn't be bending if they didn't feel like they had to bend.
Exactly.
Bill Belichick doesn't he's not just like, I want to give up yards for fun.
Bill does not want to bend. I think the Cardinals on 10 days rest, on 10 days of preparation, can make some hay here. And again, this is under 3. So I think the Cardinals are going to win this game outright. And because of that, I think they'll win by a field goal or more. It's a good number at -2.5. So I'm taking that. So that is a full plate of picks. I hope my plate is full on Thursday. I hope everybody is safe and happy and healthy on this Thanksgiving. Alex, where are you? Are you staying on the home front? Are you traveling home? What are you doing?
I am gonna do this with my nuclear immediate family. Gonna miss my cousins and everyone a lot, but it's tough. Even doing this, we're just trying to kind of be relatively hunkered down and be safe here. What about yourself?
It is what it is. It's still unclear for me. I may be going with the significant other to her parents for her nuclear family's Thanksgiving. I got a COVID test yesterday, or I may be staying in New York with probably just her. So remains to be seen. Situation is fluid, but let's have a good week. Let's have a good holiday, and let's get this bread.
Let's do it.